Alright, yo, what up guys, MxgicIQ here, and today we're going to talk about the most disappointing thing in the Crew Motorfest. We're going to get to that at the end, but first I have a list of 5 things that I wish from the last game, and maybe even missing from this game, should have transferred over, or I believe they should add in the near future. Overall though, I just want to put a disclaimer out. I absolutely love this game, and I want to give a big shout out to Ubisoft for giving me a copy of the game for free, the Ultimate Edition, and giving me early access the last few days. I'm absolutely in love with this game, okay? But I have to be honest about things that are missing that just simply shouldn't be, and some features that I believe need to be improved upon. So I'm always honest about my opinions and my reviews. So far, I do want to give a slight review of this game being at least an 8.5 to 9 out of 10. I think this game is one of the most polished games to come out in the last year or two. This game is absolutely amazing right now in my eyes. There's just a few things that can make it even more great, and we're going to do that while cruising around in our MK4 maxed out Supra here. This thing sounds amazing with that Redliner kit off the first summit. Now, if you guys didn't get access to that summit, some people in my chat are saying you're going to have access to it later in the shop, but the Redline kit essentially improves the overall sound of the car, whether it's the turbos, the sequential kind of gear shifting sound. It's absolutely amazing. But we're going to get things started here at number 5. But first, let's do a quick little poll. Yo, flat foot shifting on wheel is so broken. Look at how much faster I can shift. Oh my god, this thing sounds amazing, and it's so fun to drive. First off, this map, by the way, a lot of people are very critical of this map. I think this map is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know what people want from this game at this point, or from a game in terms of map design, but I believe this game is absolutely gorgeous, and the different times of day are truly stunning and mesmerizing in my personal opinion. So I'm going to start this list off with number 5 being kind of something that doesn't matter that much, but it was in the last game and it's not in this one, and that is drag cars are missing the burnout meter in free roam. I just think that's something that's very small but should be there because it means a lot. If somebody wants to do any kind of speed trap events, which, by the way, speed traps in the summit are pretty broken. I don't know if you guys have seen, but I'm going to put a clip here from a guy named Rhino the Raccoon's video. Shout out to him. A very, very experienced and overall amazing crew player. You guys should go check him out. But this is how people are beating the speed traps. They're getting into a plane, dropping from the sky, switching to a Bugatti, and blasting to like 370 miles per hour, which makes like no sense, but like I just thought it was absolutely hilarious. But anyway, the burnout meter is completely missing from drag cars, so if you were to go for any other speed traps in a legitimate fashion, you wouldn't even know if the cars are warm enough to even take off or launch. And if you wanted a drag race with your friends in free roam, you can't even really do that because, again, you don't know if the tires are warm or not. Going into number 4 here. Again, something that's not that crazy, but I think it should be added to the game. Now, we're talking about the overall leaderboards, and those leaderboards being for the custom races are not filterable by tier. And what I mean by that is all you see is every single possible best car at the top of the list instead of being able to filter to Street Tier 2, Street Tier 1, or Hypercar for a certain race. For example, the Toge race I really love to run with the RX-7, and I've ran it in the Shelby GT500 for the Summit. I can't filter that race to just be Street Tier 2 cars. It's always going to show me an Alpha GP car at the top because that's the fastest around that track, and I believe that's just something small that could be added to the game to improve on it just a little bit. But overall, this game's leaderboard system is amazing. They have a leaderboard for absolutely everything, and Need for Speed could learn a lot from this game. Because I've been just attacking leaderboard times. I haven't even done any PvP events, and I've been having a great time. And this game, while I'm racing with Doc, is some of the most fun I've had in a car racing game ever. Alrighty guys, and at the number 3 spot, this is absolutely crucial for you controller players, and I hope they fix this somehow with some kind of update or something. But that is going to be input lag. Input lag just shouldn't be in a 21st century game ever. Like, even on PC, there's input lag. I don't understand why controllers have that. My wheel doesn't have that at all. And you're going to see what settings you need to make that happen in a future video coming up soon, because my wheel feels absolutely amazing, super smooth, and not to mention the advantage you have on shifting. If we're going to take a look at that real quick, watch this 3rd to 4th gear shift. I'm using the paddles to emulate a controller. You see how long that took with the clutch? Let's watch that one more time. I'm not doing nothing but emulating a paddle shift on a controller. See how long that took? Now let's watch it back again with an H shifter with the clutch. Watch how much faster this is. This is absolutely ridiculous. And the wheels, obviously, because of the steering input being completely perfect and no lag whatsoever, are going to have an advantage there already. But now they have another advantage. Watch this gear shift. I'm no lift shifting in this car. I'm no lift shifting whatsoever. Like, no lift. Watch it one more time. We're going to go down to third here. Watch this. Coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up. No lift shift. I mean, you should be able to do that on a wheel, but you should also have access to a clutch on controller. I think they need to make a clutch accessible on controller, and we should be able to map that for ourselves. I believe it would close the gap there, but input lag needs to be addressed. It's absolutely ridiculous for certain players. They can't even get over it, but I have a best settings in-depth controller video coming out for you guys to hopefully fix that just a little bit, because as you guys know, I've set a couple records who have since been beaten, but I still own the high-low record, I believe, for the Donut Media race at the moment. But I will show you guys my in-depth controller settings where I have reduced the amount of input lag that I can feel, and I'm kind of just also getting used to it at this point. But at the number 2 spot, now we're getting into the juicy stuff that was in the last game that they simply just didn't port over. And that is the ability to move parts from car to car. If we go into our UI menu here and we go to our car, I can't just simply grab the parts from this Supra and move it over to this ZR1. If I wanted to move these parts, I'd have to individually unequip all of them if I needed a certain set. For example, like a Nitrochemist set. If I needed to move that Nitrochemist set to another car, I'd have to unequip all of them from this car, then go over to the ZR1 and re-equip all of those parts one by one. Now, it's nothing crazy. Is it going to be game-breaking? No, but it was just one of those features that was in the last game that saved us so much time as players and made everything a lot easier. I will say, though, one new feature I do like, just to complement this game real quick, is the fact that you don't need to back out to go and switch to the next part. All you need to do is scroll down, and you're immediately at the next part. So that's a great addition, but I feel like they took one step forward and 2 steps back with the ability to not be able to move parts between cars. That's just my personal opinion. Let me know what you guys think as well. Now, for number 1. We're going to drive the ZR1 out to finish the video for this number 1 spot, just because I wanted to show you guys that full ability to just go through and equip the parts with ease, but not being able to move them is just the downside of that. Number 1, which I believe almost some people took this as false advertising. There is actually not full crossplay in this game. Now, you're allowed to race with your friends on other platforms in the Grand Race if you can queue up with them. You're allowed to go against them on leaderboards and stuff like that, and you're allowed to go against them in the Demolition Rally, but for some reason, you cannot free roam with your friends on other platforms, and I believe that's just simply not okay in 2023. Personally, that's my biggest problem with this game. Even Need for Speed Unbound has that, and with a game with so little features from their last games, they knew to at least add that. I personally think if this game had that, it would be amazing, because just free roaming in this game is fun as it is. Like, I was roll racing on the Crew 2 with my boys on PlayStation all the time. If I could do that crossplay and fill up lobbies as I was able to in the last game with people just roll racing, 7, 8 players roll racing, it would be a whole ton of fun. But I can't do that in this game, just simply because the feature for full crossplay isn't available. I really think they're going to add it in the future, and I really hope so, because it really doesn't make sense to give it all crossplay but not be able to group up. It would be like if Call of Duty made it so that you could queue against other players in multiplayer, but you couldn't invite your friends from other platforms to play with you. So you were stuck playing against the guys with more frame rate, but you couldn't have them with you or like anything to help you out. Now, it's a little different in this game because you're racing for yourself, but I just still want to race with my friends over on PC like Voided, Kois. I can't drive with my own guys because I have no ability to access them unless we queue for the Grand Race at the same time. And with how many players are playing this game right now, the possibility of us getting into the same lobby is very, very low. So hopefully in the future they fix that, but I would say that's the most disappointing thing about this game. And with that being said, that's not even that bad. I think that's something that can easily be fixed because this game is pretty polished, you guys. I've only crashed once or twice, and that's to be expected from a new game because there are issues here and then. But besides that, my gameplay experience has been pretty flawless. I've even enjoyed the controller gameplay, even with the slight bit of input lag. I've experienced no desync when racing with friends. I've had some of the best PvP runs in this game that I've had in a racing game in a long time. Now, some of it's pretty toxic. It's not a sim racer by any means, so people aren't trying to avoid hitting each other, trust me, but I really love the new features they added in this game, and I love how the game feels overall. But these were just my most disappointing things about the Crew Motorfest. I will be doing a video on all of the things I absolutely love about this game. I don't even know how I'm going to put that into one video because it would be so long if I did. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, big thanks to Ubisoft. We're streaming right now over on Twitch. Click that link in the description, and there may or may not be a giveaway provided by Doc if we're able to hit the daily sub goal of 10 subscribers, okay? That is 10 gifted subs or new subscribers over on the Twitch. It's just something Doc wanted to give you guys another opportunity to earn the game. After we did that giveaway the other day, it was a ton of fun if you were there. I appreciate you guys. Big shout out to the winners of the last giveaway. I will see you guys in the stream, and I hope you guys enjoy my Motorfest content. If you guys would like to see more, make sure you guys subscribe, like, comment, and turn those post notifications on so you guys never miss an update. Wheel settings coming soon, in-depth controller settings coming soon, and more racing and pro settings as well. I'm going to enjoy my day on Motorfest. I'll see you guys in the stream. I'm out. Peace.